I've been involved in the network marketing profession for almost 33 years. It's all I've ever done professionally. I started off in this profession when I was 23 years old and went through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of journeys, a lot of challenges, a lot of excitement, heartbreak, adventure, incredible experiences I've gone through over the course of these last 33 years. So what I want to do today is I want to tell you my story and what I learned over the course of those almost 33 years. It'll be 33 years in January. And when I'm done telling you my story, I'm going to share something with you so outrageous. It's more outrageous than anything I've ever shared, certainly in the last 12 years of Network Marketing Pro, but it's pretty spectacular. So if you're watching this live, you're fortunate that you are. You're going to learn some things, and you're going to hear about something fairly outrageous. So if you think that someone else could benefit from what I have learned over the last 33 years, then share this with them. Pound on the share button. Let them know that we are live and we're going to have this conversation so they can learn from this story. And before we start, Virtual GoPro is coming up. How many of you put a number 7 into the comments wherever you're watching this if you already have your ticket to Virtual GoPro that's coming up in 3 weeks? Put a 7 into the comments. I'm curious to see how many of you are part of the GoPro experience. And congratulations for being a part of that. It's going to be amazing. So let me start by telling you a little bit about my story. I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and to say my upbringing was nondescript would be pretty accurate. I wasn't amazing at anything. I was mediocre at pretty much everything. I barely escaped high school. I barely graduated high school. I was a mediocre athlete. I loved play, but I didn't really have the discipline to do anything. I had 18 jobs prior to getting involved in network marketing. And when I got involved in network marketing, I got to tell you, I would love to tell you that I had immediate success, that I signed up, made tons of money, and totally turned my life around. But that wouldn't be accurate. I struggled for my first 3.5 years. Now, I went full time right away because I didn't have a lot of other prospects going on. And I thought network marketing, in looking back at my first few years, the most accurate way to describe my first few years in network marketing was I was trying to get lucky. I was hoping that network marketing itself would make up for my lack of skill and talent and work ethic and ability. But as good as network marketing is, it can't do that. It's not a magic pill. It's not going to magically turn you into something that you're not. I learned something through the early stages and of my network marketing career. And if you're going to take some notes in this conversation, here's something to write down. You only get to make what you are. You only get to make what you are as a person. From time to time in your life, your income might take a lucky jump. You might be in the right place at the right time. Lightning strikes, right? You make some money, but if you don't quickly become, as a person, at least to the level of the income that you are getting, then the income is going to drop down to the level of person that you are. I've learned it over and over. Every time I see one of my friends in a really hot company and it's just skyrocketing, the company's skyrocketing, their income is skyrocketing, but they're not skyrocketing when it comes to their own personal growth. They think that they're going to overcome the laws of the universe and to be able to earn when they're not, when they don't deserve it. It doesn't work that way. And time after time, the income comes back down to the level of the person that is trying to achieve that income. That happened for me. I struggled with recruiting. I struggled with duplication. I struggled with leadership. I struggled with strategy. I just struggled. I mean, I made just enough money to keep the wolves away from the door. Full-time, no real wealth. And I finally made a decision because I was weary of trying to get lucky. I was weary of waiting for that magical person to show up in my downline that was going to change everything for me. I was weary of blaming my upline for my lack of success. I was weary of telling the company that it was the company's fault, or the product, or the compensation plan, or where I lived, or all my list of excuses. I was weary of carrying around this list of excuses. And I decided to tear that list up and to change. What I heard over and over from one of my early mentors, Jim Rohn, is for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. And I stopped looking out there and I started looking in here. And once I said, it's not out there that's going to be the answer. Because if you count on luck, I was hoping to get lucky, you count on luck, you got to stay lucky. And nobody stays lucky forever. So I decided to walk away from luck. I decided to heck with luck. They say it's better to be lucky than good. Nope. It's way better to be good than lucky. Way, way, way better to be good than lucky. So I made the decision. I made the decision that I was going to become an expert in network marketing. I made the decision that I was going to walk away from luck. I made the decision that I was not going to count on other people in order to be able to make myself successful. I made the decision to become a professional inside of network marketing, to become an expert inside of network marketing, not just in my head, not just in theory, but actually in practice. I made that decision. And I got to tell you something. Once I made that decision, everything changed. I realized for the first time in my life that I was going to go to the top all the way. And I realized also nothing could stop me. If I wanted to become CEO of Coca-Cola, lots of things could stop me. If I wanted to become an NFL quarterback, tons of things could stop me. But if I wanted to go to the top in my company, nothing could stop me. And no one could stop me. So long as I got better every day and I stopped comparing myself and the speed of my journey, I stopped comparing that to other people. Because up until that point, all I did was compare. Well, that person's younger than me, and that person's more successful than me, and that person got to that rank faster than me, and that person's making more than me. What the heck? I was comparing and feeling bad about myself all the time. And I let go of comparing. And I literally eliminated all the ranks in the company other than distributor and the highest rank they had. All the other ranks, there's 2 ranks, in my mind, all the other ranks were literally like mileposts. They were like rings in the ladder. They were not a destination. I was not going to say, oh, hooray for level 3. I didn't throw a party. I stopped thinking that I'd arrived. And I said, I will not stop. No one will knock me off my game until I'm at the top rank in the company, period. And then I'm going to find the next thing. Next achievement, next goal, next strategy. I was going to the top, and no one could stop me. Now, deciding to go to the top is a big, big thing. And if you haven't made a decision yet that you're going to go to the top, that's what's holding you back. If something could knock you out of your network marketing journey, knock you off of your track, somebody could hurt your feelings, some upline could be mean to you, your downline could quit, the company could change the compensation plan, oh, they changed the formula of the product, and wham, wham, wham. You're going to quit? Fine. See, if you're looking for an excuse to quit or to stop growing, it's easy to find one. But it's those who make a decision that they're going to the top regardless, no matter what, that actually do it. I was 100% committed. And an amazing thing happened to me just from the decision. It's like my little team could tell that there was something different about me because of the decision. They could see that I was more confident, that I was more stable, that I was more focused, I was more committed. And because of that, they became more committed. They started listening better to what I was trying to encourage them to do. So also my prospects, they started saying yes much easier. And the only thing that had changed up until that point was my energy, my determination. They could tell if I get around this kid, I'm likely to make some money because he's not going to lose. I made a decision. And what I want to share with you next is the 4 areas that I needed to develop in order to turn that decision into reality. The 4 major areas that I needed to develop and how I started to develop them. Okay? And before I get into that, if you're getting value and you think somebody else on your team might benefit from hearing this story, either tag them in the comments or share this with them. And that when I'm done giving these 4 areas, I'm gonna share something outrageous that I think you're gonna love. But the first area, and if I was to offer you any advice, if you're brand new, if you haven't had the success that you wanted, maybe you had some luck, but you haven't totally had the breakthrough when it comes to income yet, whatever. The first area that is absolutely essential to becoming a network marketing professional is to just focus on the skills. Don't worry about luck, timing, positioning. Focus on the skills of network marketing. And here's why. First of all, they're not that difficult to learn. There's only 7 fundamental skills: finding prospects, inviting, presenting, following up, closing, getting people started, promoting events. None of them are incredibly difficult, okay? But once I made the decision to develop these skills, everything changed. Everything changed. See, when I just took a step to develop the skills, my confidence went up. And when my confidence went up, I took more action. When I took more action, I got more results. And those results made me want to go develop more skills. And I felt like I was in charge. I was in charge. If I develop those skills, I'll make the money. I was in charge. I was always a poor student growing up, but I became an amazing student of the network marketing skills. Those skills created a career for me. See, here's what I need you to understand. These skills are the highest paying skills in the world in comparison to how difficult they are to learn. Every single one of you can learn these 7 skills. Every single one. Right? They're not difficult to learn, and yet they're incredibly high paying. The only catch to network marketing really is you have to be willing to endure the loss of social esteem from ignorant people. Uneducated people are going to think less of you. And if you are addicted to the approval of others in order to be able to do anything in your life, you're not going to go very far. You have to be willing to let go of needing other people to approve every single thing that you do in order for you to do something spectacular in your life. And if you need everybody to pat you on the back and to tell you you're amazing all the time, then there's only so far you're going to go. So I went to work on the skills. And I took myself from very low skilled to reasonably high skilled, and you can do it pretty quick if you focus. So that's the first area that's vitally important. If I was working with you personally, I would test where you are on the 7 fundamental skills, and I would drill you and drill you and drill you and drill you until you had them figured out. At least competency. Yeah, I'll restate the 7 skills. They're in the book, Go Pro. Finding prospects, inviting prospects, presenting to prospects, following up with prospects, closing prospects, getting prospects started, helping people launch their business, and promoting events. 7 fundamental skills. Highest set of skills in the world in comparison to the difficulty in learning them. So, second thing that I worked on that was vitally important, the second area of growth for all of you is this: mindset. I had to learn how to think like a millionaire. Before I could become one, I had to learn how to think like an entrepreneur instead of thinking like an employee. I had to stop blaming other people for my problems and start taking responsibility for my life. I was a professional blamer up until this point. I walked away from blame and I took responsibility, not for what happened to me, but for how I responded to what happened to me. Because life's going to happen to all of us. And if it's always somebody else that has to change for you to be happy or successful, then you're probably never going to be happy and successful, because the whole world isn't going to line up to change to whatever you want things to be. I decided I was going to set up my life so I could be happy or successful with or without someone else or something else changing. That's when my life began to change. Now, this is a mindset thing. I had to learn to stop being so impatient with my expectations, because the biggest challenge in network marketing is the expectation gap. I'm expecting things to be this easy, but they're hard. I'm expecting myself to get to this rank by this time, but I'm still not there. I'm expecting to be able to get my money back from starting off in my company in 3 weeks, and it's taken me much longer than that. I'm expecting duplication. I'm expecting my recruits to join up. I'm expecting my upline to help me. I'm expecting all of these different things. I learned to trade expectation for appreciation and just be grateful. Be grateful for the opportunity that I was living in, that I was presented with. Learning how to change my mindset, learning how to be grateful instead of resentful. Learning how to brighten the room instead of dimming the room all the time. Learning how to get out of my head and into action. Learning how to understand the laws of entrepreneurship. And the laws of entrepreneurship is this: you're going to be underpaid for a significant period of time. Significant. And then you're going to be fairly paid for a short period of time. And then you're going to be overpaid for a very long period of time. Now, you have to be willing to trade the underpaid for the overpaid. And most people are not. Their mindset can't handle that. If they're working for 3 to 6 months and they don't have anything to show for it, they're just saying, you know what, I'm out of here. And this side is the foundation of what you're building. This side is the skyscraper. But this side is the foundation. And if you don't see a skyscraper while you're building the foundation, you're not supposed to. And the thing that messes you up is you see somebody else join the same time you did. You start comparing yourself to them, and you're seeing the success that they're having. You don't have the same success, and you start saying, maybe there's something wrong with me. No, this is the laws of entrepreneurship. Underpaid for a significant period of time, fairly paid for a short period of time, overpaid for a long period of time. This is a mindset thing. Learning how to think differently. I found that most successful people have a level of obsession. And it was really interesting. We talking with Grant Cardone last week. Talked about, people, thinking that they're lazy or procrastinating. He said, no, they're not. He said, people get weird when you talk about being obsessed with business. He said, everybody's addicted and everybody's obsessed. It's just, what are they addicted to? People playing Candy Crush, people going through Sudoku books. Ask a person who's doing a Sudoku puzzle or a crossword puzzle, how many have they done? 10,000? So some people are addicted there. Some people turn that and focus that on building a business and being productive. Learning how to think different is critical. It was critical for me. It's critical for you. So my first place to be able to think about, first area for you to develop is your skills. You have to become highly skilled quickly. The second area for you to develop is your mind. You've got to learn to get rid of the limiting beliefs that are sitting in your mind. I had so many limiting beliefs. I believe that because I was not, and I know that there's spammers, and I'm broadcasting to every different Facebook page, so it's going to be hard for me to find them. So do your best to report them, and we'll block them, and we'll go through and we'll eliminate them because they're dumb and they're not learning, they're not listening to what I'm saying at all. And there are some people are just, they bought the wrong story. I don't get it. But anyway, the limiting beliefs that I had was that I was too uneducated to be successful. I was too young. I lived in too small of a town. I was lazy. I was a procrastinator. I was a slow learner. I had all these different things. And you have the same. And I hear it in language all the time. And it's usually with some sort of self-deprecating joke. And you have to be careful with these limiting beliefs and this self-deprecation, because self-deprecation can turn into self-destruction. Oh, I just had a blonde moment. Ha, ha, ha. I'm late for everything. Ha, ha, ha. I could give a class on procrastination. Ha, ha, ha. But I haven't put my notes together. Ha, ha, ha. If you argue long enough for your limiting beliefs, guess what? You get to keep them. Whatever the reason is that you're not moving forward faster, just know that that belief doesn't serve you, and you can change it. I learned how to change my limiting beliefs. I learned how to change them. I learned how to turn them into empowering beliefs. I learned how to change how I was thinking in order to move forward faster in my career. So skills are one area, strategies another. I'm going to cover two more areas, and then I'm going to share something with you that's completely outrageous. So hang in there with me. The third area that I needed to work on was strategy. I wanted to go faster. If you want to go faster in your network marketing career, put a 2 into the comments. If you want to go faster in your network marketing career, put a 2 into the comments. Let me know. Let me know if you're serious about going faster. I wanted to go faster. I wanted to help others. I wanted to really make it happen. Good, I'm seeing lots of 2s. Lots of 2s. I love that. Let me tell you, when it comes to strategy, so we talked about skills, we talked about mindset, third area is strategy. Strategy is, how can I take the skills and the mindset and go faster and be more efficient and more productive in my network marketing career? How can I do that? Okay. So the first area of strategy for me was to become an amazing student. Become an amazing, unbelievable student for the first time in my life. And here's what I learned to do. And it's one of the things I'm most proud of in my network marketing career is I learned how to pay attention to what the successful people were actually doing. What were they actually doing to enjoy the success that they were enjoying? What were they actually doing? I'm just gonna, Danelle, I'm blocking you forever. I hope you understand, but you just can't do this stuff. It's just so dumb. It's so annoying. Anyway, how to go faster. So I paid attention to what the successful people actually did. And you know what I found out? I found out that a lot of the top earners had a difficult time sharing with their teams what they actually did. And it's not that they weren't purposely being deceptive or holding back. I think they just repeated what was shared to them in the trainings, and that's what they trained. And I think also some of them were scared to tell their teams what they actually did because it was higher than just do these couple things for 15 minutes a day. You know, it was a higher level of obsession in order to be able to be successful. So I learned to pay attention, really pay attention to the little things that everybody was doing. And I started to create a playbook. I had my journal and I started collecting ideas. Oh, here's a good idea. Oh, here's a good idea. Oh, here's a good idea. Oh, here's a good strategy. Oh, like today, you know what I would be doing if I was building this was, over the last 33 years, what I would be doing is, what are the people that are having the most success with social media? What are they doing? I'm going to pay attention to the ones that are having success personally, but also have duplication, because those are the two things I want. So what are they doing? And I would create a playbook. and I would create a playbook, and I would create a playbook. What are the strategies that the top promoters of events are using in order to be able to have success? What are the strategies for people who have radical duplication? What are the strategies that people are using in order to become a great presenter? What are the strategies for more retention or more customer satisfaction or getting a new person launched and started? You know, just the difference between getting a person started and launching a new person. Can you feel the difference of those two things? Launching is something that I observed that successful people did. They launched a new distributor. They didn't just help a new distributor get started. I started to pay attention to all the little things and to create a playbook of what's working around the world today. What did they do in order to be able to enjoy their success? So skills, mindset, strategy. And finally, I realized that leadership was everything. Everything. Leadership is the engine that drives it all. Leadership is everything. And for leadership, for me, it went through several stages for myself. Stage one, I had to learn how to lead me. I needed to learn how to lead myself. I needed to learn how to be my own boss. Somebody says, well, I want to be my own boss. Well, most of you are terrible bosses. Terrible. You're terrible bosses to yourselves. Awful, terrible, irresponsible, lazy. You're not a good boss to yourself. Do me a favor. Most of you have jobs, right? Most of you have jobs. If you consider yourself a good employee, in other words, you do a good job, you show up on time, you don't abuse, the company, you don't take advantage of the company. If you're a good employee, I want you to put a number 3 into the comments. If you're a good employee, if you show up, you don't call in sick too much time. You do a reasonable job. Those of you who have jobs, if you're a good employee, I want you to put a number 3 into the comments. If you're a good employee, if you're a responsible employee, if you're dependable, if you're consistent, if you show up, right? Lots and lots of 3s. Lots and lots of 3s. That's what I want to see. If you're a good employee, keep going. Don't just sit there as a tourist, in this thing. Put a 3 in if you're a good employee. Now, let's talk about how good you are at being an employer of you. So I'm going to ask a question right now, and it's going to be very uncomfortable for you to answer it. And I'm going to ask you to have the courage to answer this question. The courage to answer this question and to put it into the comments. Okay? Ready? How much would you pay someone else to do what you've done in your network marketing company for the past 30 days? If you had to reach in your pocket and pay someone to do the actual tasks that you did for your network marketing business for the last 30 days, how much would you pay them? Put the number of how much you would pay them into the comments, please. Put the number into the comments. How much would you pay someone else to do what you've done in your network marketing business for the past 30 days? Put a number in. $15, 0, 10,000. Congratulations. $10, $25, $500, $1,500, $200, $100, $5, $1 million. Really? All right. Pull it into your pocket. Tell me that you'd pay somebody $1 million to do what you've done in the last 30 days. I want to see what you've done. Show me. See, here's the thing I want you to understand. If being in network marketing was a crime and you were brought into court and they were trying to convict you of being a network marketer, most of you would not have enough evidence against you to be able to convince a jury that you're even in this business. Most of you would not have enough. Why? It's not because you're not a good employee, because you are. You're just not a good employer yet. You need to learn how to lead yourself. Here's the trick that I played in my mind. There was Eric number 1, who was the boss, Eric number 2, who was the employee. And Eric number 1 was tough. Eric number 1 was hard. Eric number 1 was mean. Eric number 1 would be sitting over my bed in the morning and say, Eric number 2, you ever going to get up? You ever going to go to work? Just going to sleep the whole day away? Okay. Eric number 2 would get out of bed. Okay, fine. He said, well, Eric number 1 would say, what hours are you going to work today? Well, I'm going to do my best. Eric number 1 would say, no. I don't want to hear about your best. I just want to know a number. How many hours are you going to work your network marketing business today? Eric number 2. 3 hours. No, I want to go have breakfast. No. Before you have breakfast, Eric number 1 would say, which 3 hours? Well, whenever I have time. No. Which 3 hours? Don't make me fire you. Okay, these 3. Now I'm going to go have some breakfast. No, hold on. What are you going to do in those 3 hours? What tasks and activities are you going to do in those 3 hours? Tell me. I'm going to make calls. How many calls? I'm going to follow up with the prospects. How many follow-ups? Come on. So Eric number 1 would make Eric number 2 create a little daily business plan. And because I was a good employee like you are, you're a good employee. You just need to have a tougher boss. And that Eric number 1 was that tough boss for me. And slowly those 2 people merged into one. So I was able to employ myself without having to create this mental trick in my mind. And I learned how to lead me. And some of you need to learn how to lead you. Second thing for leadership for me, and again, I'm going to finish leadership and I'm going to share something outrageous with you. So hang in there with me. The second thing that I needed to learn how to do was, how do I lead my team? And I learned in leadership that leading a team is about assignments, campaigns, systems, but mostly assignments. And giving the team assignments that they could accomplish, and then increasing the difficulty of those assignments as time goes by in order to be able to help develop a new person. So, hold on. Just got to get rid of another scammer. See this one. See? You think Facebook user, you think you're going to make something happen with this? Drive me nuts, people. So dumb. Aren't they dumb? How can they be any stupider? Hold on. I got to find a way to block this person. Well, maybe somebody at home can do it. Crazy. How do I click on this thing? Well, somebody on my team can do it, I'm hoping. All right. Every time that person posts, it's a badge of shame. It is not a badge of honor. It is an idiot. An idiot. So dumb. So, learning how to lead. Leading myself, leading my team. Third thing was, how do I identify people on my team that have the potential of being a strong leader? How do I identify people on my team that have the potential of being a strong leader? And I learned that there are 3 things that you need to look for in a person on your team in order to have the potential of them being a leader. And here's the 3 things. Put them into the comments. Here's the 3 things. Number 1, they need to be willing. You cannot force somebody to be successful. They need to be willing, no matter how much potential they have. Number 2, they need to be coachable. You can't help somebody who won't listen. This is a different business. It's not like other things. If they're fighting you all the time, there's only so far you can go. So they need to be willing, they need to be coachable. And the 3rd thing is they need to be hungry. You can't teach hunger. People are either hungry or they're not. Now here's the bad news and good news. Bad news and good news. Bad news is this. If you're not all 3, if you're not willing, coachable, and hungry, you can't make big money in network marketing. Sorry. All you can hope to be is what I call a network marketing tourist. Thanks for coming to the network marketing theme park. Take some pictures, meet some friends, go on all the rides. But we know eventually you're going home. And we hope when you go home, you continue to use the products. Thanks for coming. Hope you come back and visit sometime soon. Right? Now, a tourist is not necessarily a bad thing. Most of you watching this right now, you're a tourist right now. Now, you might become a permanent resident, but, look, I live in Las Vegas. Las Vegas loves its tourists. 40 million people come here every single year, 40 million people come to this town every single year. This town needs its tourists, but we know most of them are going to go home. Some stay, but most go home. Okay? That's the same thing in your business. Most of your people in your business, you think they're permanent residents. They're not. They're tourists. And we hope they keep using the product when they go home. If they're not all 3, they're not going to become a permanent resident. They're not going to make big money. They're not willing, coachable, and hungry. But here's the good news. Here's the good news. If you're all 3, if you're willing, coachable, and hungry, that's all you need. I was so grateful for these 3 attributes because once I found out that what I needed to be was willing, coachable, and hungry, I could do those things. That's all I had. I didn't have talent, skill, influence, ability, education. I didn't have those things, but I was willing, I was coachable, and I was hungry. I was willing to do whatever they said. I was coachable. I would listen and humble myself. And I was so hungry that I'd be willing to face my fears necessary in order to be able to build a business here. Willing, coachable, hungry. That's what changed everything for me. It can change everything for you too. Now, when you marry all these 4 things together, you say, okay, I'm going to learn some skills. The skills are the thing, man. I'm telling you. If you don't have the skills, you have everything else. It's going to be really tough. You better hope you get lucky. You got to learn how to think like a wealthy person, like an entrepreneur. Your mindset's vitally important. You have to learn how to pay attention to what's working around the world and as it changes and as it adjusts, to be able to adjust with it. Strategy. And then finally, you have to learn how to lead yourself, learn how to lead others, learn how to identify people that have that express the willingness, coachability, and hunger necessary to be a top leader in network marketing, and then mentor those people. Spend all of your time with people willing, coachable, and hungry, and spend group time with the tourists. My strongest advice to you. Now, I want to share something with you that's so spectacular, so outrageous, so amazing, that I've never shared something like this, so over the top. But we have an event coming up called Virtual Go Pro. It's December 11th, 12th, and 13th. 3 days to totally change your life. And guess what you're going to learn during these 3 days? Skills, mindset, strategy, leadership. And you're going to leave there with a game plan to make your network marketing career skyrocket in 2021. A game plan so solid that every single one of you can supercharge your network marketing career in just 12 months. And people ask me all the time, can your life change in 12 months? Your life can change in 90 days. But if you don't have a ticket for this event, right now, I want to make it impossible for you to say no to getting a ticket for this event. Literally impossible. Okay? So pay attention to this, because if you get a ticket, what I'm going to share with you is this. Everything I'm going to share with you is good from now until Monday night, November 23rd at midnight. And then it disappears. Okay? But if you get a ticket, and a ticket for this event is $297, let me tell you all the things that I'm going to give you. First of all, you get to attend this event. It's going to be the biggest, most important event in network marketing history. People from all over the world are going to be attending. You need to be one of them. Okay? The website to check this out is virtualgopro.com. Maybe somebody could put that into the comments for me. Virtualgopro.com. I know most of you already have a ticket because the whole world is going to be attending. But for those who don't, let me tell you, whether you have a ticket or you don't, if you do get a ticket between now and tomorrow midnight, Monday the 23rd midnight, I'm going to give you $4,500 worth of free courses. And what will that do? These courses will help you with the skills, mindset, strategy, and leadership that you need to develop. And I'm going to give you these $4,500 worth of stuff for free, okay? A $297 ticket, I'm going to give you all of these things for free. First, I'm going to give you, and put these into the comments, please, for everybody else. Put these into the comments, virtualgopro.com. Here's what I'm going to give you. I have a course that I created called Social Media Mastery. This course, where I interviewed 77 of the world's best network marketers who use social media to grow their business. 77. And I took all of the learning from those 77 people, and I created a video and workbook course, an extensive course on how all the do's and don'ts of how to use social media to grow your network marketing business without being spammy, slimy, gross. I want to give you that course. That's a $300 course. I want to give it to you. Social Media Mastery. I will give you that course if you get your ticket for Virtual Go Pro. Number 2, I did a mentoring program earlier this year called 7 Skills in 7 Days, where over the course of a week, I gave you an in-depth training on finding prospects, inviting, presenting, following up, closing, getting people started, and building events. 1 skill per day for 7 days. We turned that into a course, and I want to give you that course. It's a $300 course. I want to give that to you as well if you get a Virtual GoPro ticket. Okay? So start adding this up. $300 for Social Media Mastery, $300 for 7 skills in 7 days. You want to know what my number 1 best-selling course I've ever created? The number 1 best-selling course I ever created was called How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days. I've literally helped tens of thousands of people around the world recruit 20 people in 30 days. What would 20 people in 30 days do for your business? It'd be huge, right? That's a $500 course, and you could either have the general course, or we just created this year an edition of 20 and 30 just for women that my wife Marina and I put together. just for women, in-depth, amazing. It's a $500 course. I want to give you that course. So $300 for social media mastery, $300 for 7 skills in 7 days, $500 for how to recruit 20 people in 30 days. Pete Vargas is a communications expert. He teaches people how to effectively tell their story. His clients are people like Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Brendan Burchard, myself, Grant Cardone. He teaches us how to communicate, how to present effectively. And he has a course called Communicate to Convert. I'm going to give you his course of how to communicate to convert. It's a $500 course. I will give that to you as well if you get your ticket to Virtual GoPro. Dean Graziosi. I don't know if you know about Dean, but he's the co-CEO of Tony Robbins companies. And he has what he calls the Start Over Challenge. Some of you need to start over. It's between him and Brendan Burchard and Tony Robbins. They created this course. It's a $197 course, $200 course that you can use to start over and recreate something new and special. That course, $200, I want to give you as well. So what are we up to? $1,800 approximately? $1,800. All you have to do is get a ticket to GoPro, which you should attend anyway. $297. I'm going to give you all of these. Fraser Brooks is a social media expert for network marketing, and he has a special course that all of you should listen to. It's how to succeed with Instagram stories for network marketing. How to use Instagram stories to succeed in network marketing. That's a $97 course. So I'm going to give that to you. A few years back, I did a course with Les Brown for network marketing. It's called a Network Marketing Speaker Training. It's a 2-day course where we teach people how to tell their story, how to train, how to communicate, how to present, how to carry themselves, look and feel, the whole thing. That's a $500 course. I want to give you that course to help you develop the presentation skill of network marketing. To help with the mindset, Les Brown also has a course called Choosing Your Future. And some of you need to choose your future in network marketing. That's a $200 course. Okay, I want to give that to you. Is this outrageous? $300 for social media mastery, $300 for 7 skills in 7 days, $500 for how to recruit 20 people in 30 days, $500 for communicate to convert, $200 for start over challenge, $100 for succeed with Instagram stories, $500 for Les Brown's network marketing speaker training, $200 for Les Brown's Choosing Your Future course. Anybody ever heard of Trent Shelton? He's got a course called 5 R's to Freedom. That's a $200 course. Every one of you should have that. I want you to have it. John Maxwell created a course called The Mentor's Guide to Building Your Own Business. That's a $460 course. That, and there's 2 or 3 other surprises in there. But in total, $4,530 worth of courses. But guess what? $4,530 worth of free courses. All you have to do is go to virtualgopro.com, click on the link, and buy a ticket. That's all you have to do. $297, and I will send you all of these bonuses for free. This is when we find out. This is when we find out who you are in network marketing. This is when we find out, are you a tourist or are you a permanent resident? And I'm not talking down on you if you're a tourist. Some people just want, that's as far as they want to go in network marketing. You can use the product, meet some friends, hang out, it's fine. But if you're willing, coachable, and hungry, you're going to find $297. You're going to do this because this library is going to set you up for your whole future. The virtual GoPro event, December 11th, 12th, and 13th, is going to be a game-changing experience. If it was available for me the first month that I joined network marketing, even though I could not afford it, I would find a way. Because it would have saved me years of pain, years of struggle, years. And you know what I would do? Number one, I would see how many people I could get to go to that virtual GoPro with me, because the event will do the work for me. Number two, I would take all the information from that event and I would apply it to make 2021 the best year of my life. And number three, I would turn all of these courses into my university, my personal network marketing university, to continue to learn and listen and grow, to develop the skills, the mindset, the strategy, and the leadership in order to be able to go to the top. Your breakthrough lies in virtual GoPro and in these free courses. You're never in your life, never in my entire 33 years of network marketing have I ever offered anything this outrageous. So if you already have your ticket to virtual GoPro, put a 7 into the comments. I want to see it. I want to see if you're already there. And if you don't have it, but you plan on getting it and you're going to take advantage, because guess what? These bonuses, all of these things, they disappear at midnight tomorrow, just like Cinderella. They're gone. You'll still be able to get a GoPro ticket, but you won't be able to get these bonuses. They're gone. They're history. Finito. You won't get them. So if you're going to go to virtual GoPro anyway, find a way between now and tomorrow night to make that happen. You own these courses forever. It's not just temporary. You own them forever. So 7 if you already have it, a 1 if you're going to get it. If you're a tourist, you're going to find an excuse. And if you're going to be a resident, you're going to become a network marketing professional, you're going to find a way. Network marketing isn't perfect, ladies and gentlemen, but what I will tell you is this. If you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, it's just better. There's nothing that beats what we have here. Network marketing created a life for me. It created a career for me. It created a future for me. It can do the same for you. Network marketing caused me to become the person that I needed to become. I'm so grateful that these set of skills are in place and are rewarded this highly inside of network marketing. My wish for you is that you join this seriously. And when I say going from a tourist to a permanent resident, I'm not saying going full time. I'm just saying changing your intention, even if it's part-time. Build a career here, an hour at a time, 2 hours at a time, 3 hours at a time, a week at a time, a month at a time. Your life could change dramatically. And I'd love to see that. So, virtualgopro.com, get yourself a ticket, be part of this. Take a step, even if you're scared. Being scared is okay. Not taking action is the problem. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Make it happen. And yeah, if you Marina just sent me a note. If you already have a ticket, let me tell you what I would encourage you to do. Because of all these bonuses, buy it for a friend. If you can't reach them, buy it for somebody in your team. Buy it for the person that hasn't joined your team yet, but is going to join between now and December 11th. Get an extra one. Take advantage of all these bonuses for your team and for their future. Okay? So, find a way. Find a way. Find a way. All of you could find a way. Every single one of you. And I hope you do. So I'm excited for you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope my little story and the four areas that I learned were helpful for you. I'm super grateful for the opportunity. to be able to be part of this and to be able to share the information with you. I look forward to seeing you at GoPro, and I'll talk to you later, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. See you.